welcome Azigile Matule and Khonagalo Mputi. Thank you very much, guys, for coming through. I'm going to start with Khonagalo. I do know that you were doing pure maths, right? And pure science.
No,
just pure maths. How were you coping throughout this week as you were waiting to find out if the court would say indeed you must rewrite or not?
Okay, for me, I was just so relaxed. I didn't want to panic, although I knew that I had to rewrite the following week, but I just tried to keep a positive mind. And I actually celebrated yesterday with the other matrics that we are done writing. That's how positive I wanted to be. And I was actually so glad that we don't have to rewrite.
But of course, during this time, you were trying to study your maths, just in case the court said you must go back.
Yeah, I just had to go a lot through my math, revise. Because also it was a backup paper, so we wouldn't know what to expect since the original paper was leaked. So it was really making me anxious, but I did try to stay calm at all times.
Okay, Azzy, you don't do pure maths, right? But of course, this year has had to be very challenging for you as well, anyway, besides the fact that you were not involved in this drama.
Yes, this year has been a very challenging year from the beginning, because I feel like from your whole high school career, your whole school career from primary to high school, you do look up to, plan, be like, okay, I can't wait for my matric year, because it's a year that is like the beginning to your next life. It's just the next step, So we were really looking forward to it, not only for the matric dance and stuff like that, but psychologically, emotionally, it's a year that we were all looking forward for. So when COVID-19 happened and then we had to lock down, we had to not go to school anymore, there was really a time of uncertainty, because we're like, okay, are we really going to matriculate? And also things happen different from all the other matrics, But I believe that this will be a story to tell, to our kids, to our kids, And I think this is the beginning of saying that, guys, we are actually pioneers, because 2020, of course, something was going to happen, something that's special. So, yeah.
Of course, having to study at home, Azzy, for instance, how difficult was that, not being able to reach your teacher physically for her to show you some of the things that you're still confused about, especially during this important year of your academic career?
It was a very huge adjustment. It was very difficult at the beginning because, like I said, for the past 11 years, I was doing the traditional school. You have a table, you have a desk, your teachers are there to help you. And in a short period of time, I had to adjust to online learning, which was a huge adjustment for me. Because I remember I do computer applications technology. That is a subject that has to do with computers and stuff like that. So, of course, doing it at home without my teachers, that was very difficult because we had to do a PET assessment, right? And it requires my teacher to be with me and tell me what to do. So even though we text on WhatsApp and stuff like this and stuff like that, but it was really difficult. And it just made me think how privileged I am, because we have kids out there who don't have these resources and stuff like that. So it was a very huge adjustment, but we pulled it through.
And you did. So, Khona, you found out that there's this matric the matric paper leak, and then you hear suddenly in the news that the basic education minister is saying you must rewrite. What would you say to your peers who did get a glimpse of the paper and who participated in the cheating?
What could I possibly say to them? Wow. Honestly, it was unfair, because you should have just thought about the whole group. I mean, the year was already challenging as a whole. Come on, guys. So you should have just considered everybody, considered the consequences of what would happen should this get to the officials or whatever. So honestly, I don't think I have any words for them. I mean, it was really unfair though, and they should have been very thoughtful of us, because we can't just all be rewriting because two people or one person decided to do something like that. I have no words whatsoever.
So you said you celebrated with some of your friends and peers when you heard about the judgment yesterday. Your parents are also, involved in this. Besides you guys, your teachers, your parents are also there trying to support you, hoping you finish the matric. How did they feel when you guys discussed, first of all, the fact that you might have to rewrite, and then yesterday when they also found out that it doesn't have to happen anymore?
Okay, my mom was most anxious. Like, she was so scared. Like, are you going to be able to do this? You have to do this again. You worked so hard. You went through so much. Are you going to be able to do it? And I just honestly tried to calm her down. Although my dad was very okay about it, just said, you know what, just do this. It seemed like there was nothing we could do at that point. It was before we heard about the ruling, when we found out. So it was very, like, calm about it. And then I was also able to calm myself down because I do not like to panic. So that was very easy for me.
Tell me a little bit, Azzy, about what it is that you're hoping to do from next year. Did you had the time during the course of this year to think about the kind of career that you wanted to go into? We saw that you needed to be innovative. COVID basically showed us that we needed to be innovative in how we live. So what have you decided in terms of your future once you have that matric certificate?
Once I have that matric certificate, whatever the outcomes of the results are, I think I just want to continue running with being a pioneer and being a leader. I just want to lead. I would love to go study law after school and hopefully change and influence, because I'm a biggest advocate of the mind, guys. You've got your mind. I feel like it is a power mind. It is like your powerhouse. Sorry. So I want to lead in a way that's different. You know, instead of, you know, studying NGOs and giving people food, you know, do we ever go back and check up how they're doing, you know? So rather, let us have workshops with them in communities where they are less privileged, you know? Let us cultivate topics. Let us speak, guys, and actually teaching. I want to teach people to hustle for themselves. I want to teach people, you know, to take the baton and be your own advocate of your own future. So I hope to influence and just lead.
While you were at home, and you were struggling perhaps with the subject, but you, as you were saying, you were very privileged to be able to just contact your teacher via Zoom conference, or what you had Zoom classes, for instance. Other kids didn't have that opportunity, but you did. What are the challenges that you faced? Some pupils, for instance, when schools opened, told me that what they struggled with was not being able to see their friends.
Yeah, honestly, I could say that it took a very big turn socially, you know, because like I said that, I don't know, but like for some reason, the matric year is a year that you really just want to be united with everyone. You really just want to be like, okay, because it's a very anxious year also. So you really want to do it with all your other peers and everyone, because like when you see them, then just like, okay, I'm not doing this alone. But like now when you are at home, you are alone, you're just like, am I sure that what I'm doing for this assessment is proper, you know? So it affected me socially, because I just wanted to be able to see my friends and to be with them, you know, and like peers as a total, because then we were able to help each other and stuff like that. But then when lockdown happened, you're just alone, and you're just not, there was just like so much uncertainty, because you're just not sure, okay, is what I'm doing here correct or not? Because like I said, it was a huge adjustment. We've never done online ever. You know, so, and also being able, like, seeing your family every single day, it was nice, it was good, but you were just like, guys, I wonder what are my friends doing? You know, you just wanted to see pupils, that thing that kind of motivates you, and also discipline. I had to quickly learn, you know, to stick on discipline and just be a person who's disciplined, because like the times and stuff like that. So it has taught me to be disciplined. I never thought I could do it, but I was able to, so.
I guess it was the discipline of time management.
Honestly.
This is how long you have, and there's no teacher there that's going to tell you that start now, finish then. How do you feel, Khoni, about the pressure that the matric class of 2020 has had, with people calling you the special class, with you having to write exams so quickly close to each other, the prelims, and then suddenly it was the final exams as well? How do you feel about that type of pressure that you are facing? Matric classes face pressure all the time, but yours is different.
Matric classes do face pressure most of the time, and ours was very, very hectic, given that it was 2020, the whole pandemic. So the pressure was a lot, and I don't think people understand the extent that it went to, because most of us were also affected, I mean, emotionally, mentally. I mean, we did not prepare for this. We first had to fight and focus on the whole pandemic, you know, keeping yourself safe, being safe. And then there's also matric, where you constantly have to study, manage your time, which was very, very hard. And you just had to do all these things at once. So it was really, really hectic. It was overwhelming. It was just so much. And then we have to do we also had to do orals and speeches for marks through the phone. So that was also very, very hard. Like, the pressure was a lot. I don't think you'll ever understand until you are in that situation.
And also, I feel like the uncertainty played like a big role, because I know as uncertainty, but like, you know, like when we're busy studying during lockdown and studying like that, you know, normally we study because we are studying towards a test, or there's something that motivates us, that, okay, your mid-year exams are coming, your June exams are coming, studying towards that. But like, as the lockdown kept increasing, and then you're just like, yo, okay, are we ever going to write June exams? What are we studying towards to? So yeah.
Definitely, I can imagine that. Thank you very much, guys, for coming to join us on
Thanks so much
ENCA.
for having us.
And good luck for your matric certificates. I hope to see you one day in court, like you were saying. I'm not sure what it is that you want to do, Khoni.
Accounting.
Probably you'll be balancing the books at ENCA. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having us.
Azigile Matule and Khona Khalom Puti, matric pupils of the class of 2020.